right, what is up, guys? Welcome back to Patriot Lifting. My name is Matt. I'm the owner of Patriot Lifting, and today we're gonna introduce to you guys the new 2025 Dirty 30. All right, guys, this is our new 30-ton national stand-up boom truck sitting on a Peterbilt 567 chassis, and we're gonna go through it with you guys, so stay tuned. Let's check this thing out. All right, so on the front end of things, we're looking at a Peterbilt 567 chassis with a setback front axle for a little bit easier steering, and you can get a little bit more weight on the front axle if you're loaded on the bed, you're hauling stuff or whatever. It's got a front outrigger, which is super cool. It's like one of our favorite things. A cool thing about this front outrigger, we should zoom in just for a second, the adjustability of this thing. If you're set up on a hill and you've got this front end like way up in the air, like setting a swim spa at a mountain cabin and you can't get level and you got the front end hanging out, you just take this jack, unpin it, knock the pins out, drop it down, the whole thing drops down, then you pin it back and you've got like 10 more inches of stroke. It's awesome. So it's a 2025 model. It's got a Cummins engine, got an Allison 6-speed transmission. We don't know how we like that yet. Seems to be driving okay. So what we're gonna do now is, there's no clutch to mash. You just turn on 3 switches and bam, you're ready to go. Good job, cameraman. So now, we just grab our little outrigger remote here, press extend, and then I'm gonna hold those two, and that's gonna run our 2 front outriggers out. I'm gonna do the back ones. So one cool thing about this truck is it actually has 3 different outrigger positions. You can shoot them straight down, you can shoot them halfway out, or you can shoot them completely all the way out. We usually shoot the outriggers fully out unless we have some sort of reason not to, but it's just standard setup, put them all the way out. So what I like to do is touch them all down until the crane moves just a little bit. So now I've got all the slack out of the outriggers, so now I'll just do 2 at a time. So I'm gonna run the front ones down, and I got my little level right here, so I'm just gonna run the front ones down until I get the tires up in the air, and then I run the back ones down until I get the tires up in the air. And now we're level, we just run our front outrigger down. You don't have to stand up there to look at it, you just hold it and watch the cab until the cab kind of moves a little bit. Feel the cab kind of move just a little bit, you know it's down. So we'll swing our computer around. So we got it over here. All right, so we're just gonna confirm that we're on main boom, no jib stowed, outriggers are fully out, and we have 2 parts aligned. So we'll go to 2 parts, then we'll hit enter. Everything looks good. Now we're good, and then we'll turn the alarm off. So what I like to do is just boom up and hold my block in the same spot until I get it to me enough to get it unhooked. So one of the things I like to do before I boom up, now that I've got the crane all set up, is just do a walk around, check all the outriggers, make sure everything looks good, make sure I got my outriggers planted and positioned on the ground, on the pads, like how I like them, and just double check everything before I boom up. One of the biggest things that I'm looking for when I set up a boom truck is I like for all the tires to be off the ground. Some people have some confrontational opinions about this. Some people say leave them planted, some people don't. The way I look at it is, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tires that can be used for counterweight to hold you down and keep you planted, therefore making the truck and the crane handle better when the crane is maneuvering in the air versus the tires being planted on the ground. So I prefer to have the tires 1 inch to 2 inches off the ground. And if we're in like radical situations, you know, it doesn't matter if they're more, but I want the weight completely hanging and I want the tires off the ground. So that's what I'm looking for. So a good rule of thumb when you're running a boom truck, or any crane for that matter, is I like to boom up above 70 degrees. So at least have the boom up enough to where it takes the load off of your wear pads that are on the bottom of the boom. And that helps it to scope out a lot easier and takes a lot of the load off of the scoping cylinder. So I like to boom up to 70 at least before I start scoping out. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and put all the boom out and just see how this thing handles, because I haven't ran it with all the boom out. So we'll see if it's smooth, if it's floppy. We don't know. We're gonna find out. I've noticed about this thing is so far it is pretty smooth. The levers are real consistent and the engagement and disengagement is pretty easy. So now that we got it boomed up, I'm gonna scope out probably to 60 feet. Let's see what the chart says. Yeah, I'm gonna scope out to 62 feet. And then we're gonna do a little bit of exercises, see how this thing handles. She's already swinging just a little bit. We had a little bit of boom deflection there. Yeah. We got 3950 of total weight here, so that's about 3,500 pounds of pads. It loves it all day long, for sure. I mean, definitely really smooth. So I'm just gonna put them on the bed right here. A lot of times, when you start getting up to steep angles, especially with the boom truck, it starts getting real squirrely and floppy and jumpy. But this thing, you just modulate that throttle a little bit. You're using the throttle to your advantage to engage and disengage. So you lay into the throttle right when you hear that hissing, just right when you start the movement, and then you lay out of the throttle. You pick back up out of the throttle when you're coming off the movement. That way you can engage and disengage really smoothly. She gets a little bit of bounce into her. You can see it kind of rocking just a little bit. A lot of times in order to fix that, you just come out of the movement and just chill out, let everything calm down, because it'll start bouncing on that boom cylinder a little bit. You just let it all calm down. I don't know why that block keeps spinning up like that. Maybe we got too much cable out or something. I think I'm gonna put it down and we'll put a single part of line in. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do next, obviously, we're gonna have trouble with this thing spinning up. It's got rotational resistant cable on it, so it shouldn't spin up. But I think for testing or whatever, when we go to scope this thing out, we're not gonna want all that cable. It's definitely gonna spin up worse the more cable we put out. So I think we're just gonna scope back in and take the 2 parts of line out, put a single part of line on the top. We got an ear on the top, we'll put it on, and then we'll keep on messing around with it, see how it handles with 1 part of line in. There we go. Oh yeah. All right, so one thing I already like about that block is it stays upright, it's easy to land, and it collapses real easy. So it's real stable, it doesn't want to fall over on you. So that's super cool. Pinch that off. So one thing that I've already noticed about this thing is it's a quick reeve block. So, man, you can just pass that becket right through here. See that in just a second. All right, so this is what I'm talking about a quick reeve block. Back in the day, you had to take the nuts off of these U-bolts, hammer that wedge out, pull the cable out, and then pull it out of the block, and then put all this back on. But check this out. Hold on, Sean. This is ridiculous. All right, you ready? You just pass it right through there. Really awesome, saves you a lot of time. And then you go, just put it right on the top here, right in this little ear. And then you're ready to put your pins back in. Saves a ton of time, and you don't have to worry about having extra tools. Leatherman will pretty much get you by for everything you need to do. All right. I like to double check everything while I'm down here. Check, make sure the cable's laying on the right shafts, all that kind of good stuff. Now we'll boom back up. Oh yeah. All right, so we got 94 feet of boom out. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is just practicing booming down, holding my load, back and forth, and just see how the thing handles with that much boom out. 94 feet of boom, that's a pretty good bit of boom for a boom truck. At least for a smaller boom truck anyway. All right, here we go. All right, I'm starting to see some flopping already. All right, not really sure what the bouncing is. I don't really know what the bouncing is. It looks like the boom's starting to flop a little bit. Not a fan of that, so I'm just gonna let it calm down. And we'll start to go again. All right, so when I'm catching my load, I'm always catching my load. So I'm waiting for that block to go out if I'm gonna be booming down, because I want that block out when I go to boom down so I catch it while I'm maneuvering. I'm always chasing that swing. So I just boom down while the block's out. I'll be laying into the throttle a little bit more, just real slowly. I don't want to get that bouncing going anymore. It's a lot better now. So we can go a little bit faster. I'm gonna lay into the throttle a little bit more, and I'm gonna push my levers a little bit more. We're in an 82-foot radius. I'm good for about 1,500 pounds. I got a boom angle of 28 degrees. I make it a rule of thumb on a boom truck not to go below somewhere around 25, 30 degrees, because you really run the risk of booming down and not being able to boom back up again. Because this thing has so much leverage on this boom cylinder that you can scope out and boom all the way down to where it just won't boom back up anymore. So as long as you stay above 27, 30 degrees, somewhere around in there, it should boom back up. Now we're gonna test this thing and make sure it booms back up before we do anything else. So I'm at 28 degrees right now. We're gonna see if it just booms back up at an idle. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's booming back up at an idle. Not a big deal. I might go down a little bit lower. Let's see how low we can go. 25, right there. boom back up at an idle. Oh yeah, she ain't got no problem with that. She don't care. Yeah, no problems there. Let's see if we can go down to 20 degrees. We're going down to 20 with 94 feet of boom out. Get down, girl. All right, we're at 20 degrees. We're gonna see if it just booms back up. Keep in mind, that block's heavy too. We don't have it did not come with a ball. We could put a ball on it, but it did not come with a ball. So the block is a little bit heavier. At an idle, booming back up, no problems. Oh yeah, she good. Yeah, nah, she don't care. So I'm just gonna swing around. I'm gonna swing around and see if we feel any more flexing. I'm at a 28-degree boom angle. I got 82 foot of radius, 94 feet of boom out. And that block weighs somewhere around 400 pounds. Total weight. So right now, I'm looking at my bubble. Come here, I'll show you my bubble. All right, so that bubble is still almost in the line. It's almost in the line. I look at that bubble a lot. When I'm running a boom truck of any kind, I'm always looking at my level bubble, seeing how much it's flexing. Because that bubble was in the center. Now we're flexing a little bit off to that side. Now that could be just crushing some gravel over there, or it could be a little bit of frame flex. I don't really know. But I want to keep my eye on that bubble and make sure that bubble doesn't bottom out anywhere. I want to make sure it's still just about within the line. So we're going to go the other side and see how it does over there. So I'm gonna swing back around. Ooh, man, she's swinging fast. Check it out. I mean, that thing's coming on around. We're sailing. If I was flying trusses right now, that crew would be happy. Them truss guys like it fast. They like it rough too. You gotta be careful though. You don't want to hurt them. All right, so we're gonna check out the bubble on this side. We're still within tolerance on this side. That side might have just been crushing the gravel a little bit, I don't know. But it seems okay. Now this chart, this chart says this is a 360-degree chart. So technically I could boom around to the front. I don't know if I'm okay with that mentally. I've never ran a boom truck, a stand-up boom truck with a front outrigger that you could go over the front like this. So I'm gonna go real slow. We're gonna go over the front and see how it acts. Hold up, guys. Y'all know what we gotta do. I gotta get down and check that front outrigger. I gotta make sure. Oh yeah, we're down, we're good. So again, when I'm re-engaging, I'm always going with the swing. Whew. Boy, she's a little bit jumpy with all that boom out. There we go. Calm her down. All right, so I'm watching this bubble. Me and this bubble are gonna have a really close relationship. Keep in mind, I'm at an 82 foot radius right now, over the front. And mentally, I just can't get over it. Going over the front like this is, whew. All right, so our bubble is still within the line. We're pretty much right over the front. Come check it out real quick. Hey, we're still okay. I don't think I'm gonna hang out there. I'm gonna swing back around. We're not gonna be doing no 82 foot radius over the front of this thing. I'm not gonna lie, man. We might decide to do some slow testing with this. But we're gonna bring it on back around. I don't like being over the front like that. Well, this thing is a Dirty 30. It is awesome. We named it the Dirty 30 because you're gonna get dirty running it. I mean, it runs at water treatment plants, you know, swinging trusses. You're gonna be doing the dirty work. But that's okay. It's all crane work and it's all fun. 108, 109, 110. That's it right there. We're at a 40-foot radius right now. It's 70 degrees. All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit of booming down, hold my load here, and we'll see how this thing handles. I have a feeling it's gonna flop a little bit. It's gonna start flopping like a little noodle. But we're gonna go real easy. Go real easy. I feel like I already see it flopping. It's doing okay. Yeah, we're doing okay. We're just going real nice and easy with it. Easing into that throttle a little bit more. Nice. She's doing good. Good. Oh yeah. We're at a 65-foot radius right now. We're doing a little bit of swinging with it. I just have a habit. Sometimes I've always got my hand on the swing and the boom and the winch all at the same time. So I have my hand on the swing so I can be ready to catch a swing if I got a swing in the load or something. We're at a 91-foot radius, 35 degree boom angle. So we're just gonna try and boom up, hold our load with this. See how this thing does. All right, I hear that pump. I'm gonna get into the throttle a little bit here. There we go, nice and smooth. She's got a little bounce to her, but not much. There we go. That one part of the line's a lot faster. Just have to kind of modulate the line, and I'll keep the boom steady. Yeah, that boom, I mean, she's, you know, a little noodle up there. It says my max is 6520. Woo, man. She likes to swing. It's easy to get it swinging. I'm not gonna lie. There we go. All right. So, we did a little bit of testing. We got to pick up with it. As you can see, with 110 feet of boom out, she got a little bit of deflection. When you sit 4,000 pounds down, I mean, that distance right there, I was obviously in the center, but we got foot and a half of boom deflection right there. Maybe 2 feet, really. So we did a little bit of testing. She is definitely touchy at 110 feet of boom. Full boom, you gotta be good. I mean, you gotta be like real smooth. So, you know, I think we need to put a little bit of time into her, but she's definitely gonna be a useful tool for our fleet and what we do. The Dirty 30 is gonna rock it. Especially with the bed on, we can go pick stuff up, haul stuff, do whatever we need to do, pick up counterweights, whatever. So I think that about wraps it up for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully we'll have some more stuff, especially here at the new shop. We're super excited. It's a bright, sunny day out. So I'm gonna go inside and do office work. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, do all the things. We're on Instagram, Facebook. If you got any of those things, hit us up on there. Send us a message. We might even message you back. Who knows? All right, we'll see you guys on the next one. This is a bird safe area right here. I'm gonna let everybody know not to drive here. Has it got a hurt wing? What's the deal?
The eggs are right behind her.
What? She laid eggs in the parking lot?
Yeah.
That's a bad spot. Guess we'll barricade this off.